Ready?
Hello, everyone. It is Take Action Tuesday. Today is January 26th, and we are talking about caption writing. So I am Julie Herndon, and this is
Jessica Hetherington.
Nice for all of you to join us here today. So today's topic is something that so many people struggle with. So if it's a struggle for you, we're going to get you off the struggle bus because we are taking imperfect action this year. Our big word for this year is action, and it is better to do something than to be scared and fearful and not do it at all. So today we're just going to go ahead and jump in for caption writing because these types of posts are what are going to showcase you and build know, like, and trust. All right.
Take Action Tuesday is really just about that. It's about taking action. So I'm going to drop this resource right here in the comments again. And every Tuesday, we try to give you a little something that you can take with you and get a quick win and do the action and see the results. So that resource right there, go ahead and open it up because we're going to be using it in our training today.
Oops. That'll make me, every time I go to switch back to type, it's going to switch me back. Sorry for the people that are looking. All right, I'm up. So I'm sharing my screen, so I'll just refrain from typing. So
yeah, I'll get the chat. I'll interrupt you if we need you.
All right. So do you want to start or you want me to start, Jessica?
You go ahead and start.
All right. So in our done for you social media planners and all over the internet, you'll find post prompt calendars. Okay. And then, so even when we run ads and things like that, we get such pushback on prompts, but prompts can be where it's at as long as you know how to use them properly. So we're going to highlight some of the captions that are in the February content or post prompts that are in that content to give you some ideas of how you can make these your own. And basically what a post prompt is I'm going to skip this one because this is a fill in the blank. I'm just going to scroll down here really quick. But basically we give you an example is share a work-life balance tip. Help your followers get to know you by sharing a tip you've learned for balancing work, life, and family. And then a couple of hashtags. So people want to gloss over those, but these can be so empowering and impactful on your feed. So especially when you pair it with a selfie. And obviously these are appropriate for inside groups on your own page, on your own group, and then even on your profile. But these will help to bring people to whatever place you want them to be. So you obviously are in business to sell something. So these are going to build that know, like, and trust because people do business with people, not brands. So that's why you know myself and Jessica instead of just socially inclined. So we will scroll back up. All right. So, and when captions, we're talking about the whole post, basically, the caption for the post. They're typically called that for Instagram. And Facebook, you'd call it a post. So, but that's the same. No matter what you're writing, if it's a social media post, we're going to call it the caption. All right. And so it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. So here are some pointers for the post itself. All right. So we'll start with a question or a hook. So if you were with us, we've done a Take Action Tuesday that covered a little bit of this. But so your post is comprised of several things. So you want to capture their attention quickly with something that will pique their interest. When people are scrolling, you only have a few seconds before they scroll by you. So something amazing. So try to use a question. It can be easily answered and appeal to your ideal client. What does that client like and what do they need? All right. So you want to get in their minds and what would make them stop. You can use emojis to increase engagement. So when you're scrolling and you see that emoji, it's a pattern interrupt. All right. And it will hopefully help especially if you can, so if you're in yoga and you can use the little yogi, or fitness and you put a little cartwheel, or skincare and you put a tube of lipstick. You get the idea. All right, tell people. Go ahead.
Right. I also just wanted to add that that first sentence, like a lot of times we get a question like, "What do you mean by hook?" And sometimes it's the pattern interrupt. Julie said it perfectly. And hashtags are not a huge thing on Facebook, but some of my most scroll stopping posts that I've gotten the best engagement on, I started them with a hashtag, like hashtag truth or hashtag 100%. And no, on Facebook, it's not going to let you, it's not going to get the following the way, it doesn't have the same purpose as it does on Instagram, but it just causes that person to spend another split second to a few seconds on your post. And that's what we mean by hook. Anything that's going to get that average time that is like, what is it now? It's like 3 seconds per post or less.
It's less.
And anything you can do to get it higher than that. Just think about the last time you caught yourself scrolling, how quick you were scrolling past posts, and what, when you were compelled to stop on one, what was it about that post? My guess is it was that first sentence, or it was something in the image that caused you to stop.
Exactly. So you're just trying to stop. You've got to stop them first, or hook them first into getting further into your content. All right. So, and hashtags, I will say that we're going to do a hashtag training, and hashtags, Facebook is really trying to, they are searchable. They will pull up, but they're, in the next few quarters, they're actually trying to make a push for hashtags to be more important on Facebook. But again, I like hashtags as a hook, and especially when it's a funny one. Like, you see the ones that are like this long. I love those personally. They're not, they're not appropriate for Instagram, but I love them. So they're it's like you have to stop to read what they say. So that'd be a great hook. So like, what was I thinking this morning? That's a really long, but people will stop to read it. All right, so tell people what you do. Include a clear call to action, for example. Add to cart, buy now, click here, learn more. So at the end of your post, you always want to end with what next. And it could be leave a comment. Again, we've taught on this many times. Engagement baiting which is what that would be if you use certain words like comment here, share here. You have to be creative with how you say these. Okay, so a future Take Action Tuesday will be on this topic, engagement baiting and how to get avoided. But think of a creative way to get people to comment. Ask a question. End it with a question that doesn't have share or comment in it, preferably.
Yeah, let me know.
Exactly.
I'd love to hear what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Who's with me?
Yeah, anybody that has any other ones, this would be helpful for the people that are on there. If you have ideas, just drop them in the chat. But yeah, who's with me is a great one. You can't like give me, like people dropping gifts and emojis. It's hard to get the word emoji in there and it not mess up the algorithm for you. But so anybody that has any ideas, drop them there. All right. Clearly convey what you're offering, its name and its benefits. So you want to be clear in the post. You've stopped them. They know who you are. Now you want to be clear, and you're going to end with a call to action. So just make it, so many people write really long, flowery content. I say sometimes simplicity is better. Get your point across. So, all right, next point is make it irresistible. Tell your audience what they're getting. Is it a template, a checklist, a workbook, an audio training? Why do they need it? So, again, not to overflower your content, but try to put in good keywords that will prompt them into wanting to read more and continue reading. Include your offer's URL. Tell people where they will be taken when they click it. So I do want to say for the algorithm that Facebook doesn't love links to leave Facebook. However, when it is this type of post and a post prompt, you have to you have to have a URL, or you can say your URL, or you can say whatever is in the comments to sort of get around that, and wait a few seconds before you do that. On Instagram, your URL, you have to use the link in bio to make that work. Links are not clickable in Instagram, so you have to pre-plan and use the link in bio. And that's a topic for a Take Action Tuesday in the future as well. So if you like what you're getting here, we have many, many more topics coming.
Yeah, and if I could just add, I put a lot of words like offer and things like that into this particular training, but you can back up and think of the offer not necessarily as something you're selling, but maybe like an offer to join your challenge group or an offer to join your VIP beauty group. That is also covered in the umbrella of offer when we're talking about just caption writing, and when we said make it irresistible, that can also just be join my group, but you're going to make it irresistible by highlighting what it is about your group and what it is about your approach that isn't the standard, and what you do to go above and beyond that kind of detail.
Okay, and this is a great point to make with that. So we always write our posts from the perspective of us, but when the person is reading it, it's all about them. So you want to address their needs in the post, what they get, what they win, what they, why it matters to them. So we need to reframe your thinking when you're writing these posts and what's in it for them, not what's in it for me. Obviously you get them to come to your link, join your group or whatever. You have to reposition that to be what's in it for them. And Tony had a question while we're on this little part. I do not foresee Instagram changing the links to be in the post. They would have done that when Facebook purchased them. They would have already done it if that was going to be the case. So there's lots of programs, Linktree. We have our own. You can build it in your website. So again, this will be a Take Action Tuesday topic. And you can contact us if you need a link page built. All right. Let's see. So
that I'm in as Julie, and I'm not sure why, but
I was thinking, why did I didn't.
Sorry. I am most definitely Jess, and some of the comments that I've written already are showing as Julie's. But anyway, forgive me.
It shows you as me in the top. You want to go back out and join back in? You good?
I'm okay.
We know you're Jess. You've been showing up. Everyone knows you're Jess. You've been showing up. All right. So what's next? Include your offer URL. Okay, that's where we were. So yes. So even though, don't get hung up on the fact that the algorithm doesn't love for you to take, or Facebook doesn't like for you to take them off of the network or whatever it is. So don't get hung up on that. You have to do promo posts that actually to be able to sell. And again, if you're really anxious about it, say the link is in the comments or something like that, and post it in the comments. All right, and you can test that whether it be through our dashboard content. You can actually test with analytics, or you can use just the insights of whatever network that you're posting from. All right. All right, images. All right, so we're the image people. So use a bold or noticeable image that will get your ideal client to stop scrolling. So stop the scroll. We say that all the time. Stop the scroll, or pattern interrupt. All right, the image should connect with your ad copy to your offer. Okay, so what that means is it needs to be not just a pattern interrupt image like a big yellow box to talk about whatever it is. It needs to be on brand. So if it's a behind the scenes post, take a selfie of you truly behind the scenes. So doing something. If you're not a selfie person, I encourage you to be the face of your business, to show up people, again, do business with people. Like I say that, I don't know how many times I say that, but it is true. It is true. So you need to be the face of your business. You need to quickly take a selfie. To begin with, you can take product pictures. You can take scenes that are pertinent. It can be, what else, Jessica?
Yeah, so anything. This morning I saw a great one. I don't know if she got on or not, but I have a Facebook friend that she was going live, which we've been talking about images, but if you're in skincare and you're not going live, you're really missing an opportunity. She went live and she was just doing her morning routine, her morning skincare routine. It was like 5 minutes. And I was just thinking that is brilliant because it didn't take her, she didn't have to get ready before she got live, like she got ready on camera. And that might be a little bit beyond the reach of you if you're a little too nervous to start there. But it was a really great way to showcase like her products. And I just really, I really like that approach. It's so much more impactful than just seeing like 5 pictures that are clearly from like the Rodan and Field stock images, and it just kind of adds that personality to it. Also, she's 8.5 months pregnant. So the fact that she was just showing up and doing that it made me interested in it. And I see all kinds of the good, the bad, and the ugly of those kind of marketing posts.
And those are perfect to get to know someone. That is big in the skincare industry, to go live, get ready with me, whatever. But those, you get to know the person. And a lot of times in that case, you're selling to friends and family. So it's perfect. But when they share your post and say, oh, you've got to go get ready with Sandy or Julie or Jessica or whoever it is, you have a sip of coffee and say hello, whatever. Those are perfect.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about drinking coffee in the morning and talking about hashtags. I don't know. Just over a cup of coffee, 5 minutes. All right. So those are the basics of a post. Okay. So now we want to really get into the mechanics of, and we do a lot of this. We have 3 fill in the blank posts every single month for you in our content. And a lot of people don't use them, and it's crazy because they're more done than a prompt. So
yeah.
Is this still, wait, what do we do with the fill in the blank?
That is the fill in the blank.
That's, okay.
The very first one.
All right. So share what makes someone successful. All right. So people are thinking, how do I work that into my business? All right. So there's one thing that, and then brackets, people who are successful at a niche related struggle to do more than anyone else. What is that one thing? And then explain what they do. All right, so here's how to put this all together. There's one thing that people who have lost weight and keep it off do differently than almost anyone else. And this is what makes them so successful. What is that one thing? They track their activities, all of them. And then basically you can share an article. You can show a picture of your little checklist or planner of how you're checking, like your water intake, your calories. It could have been not like a Fitbit. I couldn't live without this Fitbit or whatever. But you get the idea. So pair that, especially if you can pair it with, again, a picture of you. If it's your Fitbit and you're looking down at your Fitbit or your watch, whatever it is, those are impactful. You'll get comments. End it again with the question, how do you track your activities? Are you paper? Are you electronic? Whatever. Come up with a way that almost forces them into answering. All right. That's how the engagement, we've had to take Action Tuesday on that too, about getting engagement and getting people commenting. The more they comment, the more the algorithm opens up for your post to be seen by other people. And that is what we're trying to get to. Anything to add on that one, Jessica? That's a fitness one.
Yeah, you did the fitness one for me, the one that would have been easiest.
I just read it. Jessica
yeah.
wrote this one, so I got to read it.
Yeah. So I was just looking at some of the niches that we have and trying to think of something
one
that,
off the fly.
yeah, like this financial services. Someone said financial services. I'm not sure exactly which specific financial service, but if it was something like getting out of debt, that one I could kind of do right off of the top of my head. So it'd be like, there's one thing that families who get out of debt do better than almost anyone else. And what is that one thing? They make a monthly budget and stick to it without any exceptions. If you need help doing that, download my free budget planner, and there's your call to action right there. So there you go, taxes, debt, and loans. So, that one is not a pretty flowery, easy one for me to do, but you can
definitely get the idea.
Tailor it.
Same thing. Track your spending would be another angle for that. So you could really come up with a series of these. What are the 3 things? And then you could do one today, one next week, one the next week. So you can
exactly, in skincare, I wish Sandy could hop in there, but there's one thing that ladies who look 20 years younger than they really are do better than almost anyone else. What is that thing?
Take their makeup off every night. And
yes, whatever. They take their makeup off every night, and this is how you should do it. Download my free PDF, join my group to get insider tips on how to look 20 years younger. We could go on and on. Not easy for me either. Yeah, there you go. But see, I did it. The debt one, the loans, you could work a loan one in there. I'm not going to try it right now because I'm being put on the spot. But you could work a loan one in there and just figure out what it is. What article or what detail are you going to insert at the end? And that's how I would back into it. If I had a free health and fitness 7-day training program, then I would back into it that way.
And if you don't have anything, for any people that don't, it could be a straight up message me for details type of post as well. And for the loan, it could be stay on top of your credit score, track your credit rating, pay off, give them the 3 little take action tips, to check it every month, pay off the smallest, you pay the largest amount on the smallest debt, whatever, to get them paid off. You get the idea. So again, these are kind of like a tip Tuesday, but rolled into like something that's really meaningful. All right. And they can be done for any niche. Virtually any niche.
Yeah, so do this handmade jewelry one, Julie. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay. Oh, let's see.
I don't think I won't really put you on the spot, but I know she might be interested. That's, to me, of the 7 that were listed, that one is probably the most challenging one, but I have an idea. You want me to throw mine out there?
Yeah, I was going to say, and you can always change the little part to fit a little bit as well. It doesn't have to be specific, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly who your target audience is, but I could spin it like, there's one thing that empowered women do better than almost anyone else. What is that one thing? They shop small businesses, or they don't shop in department stores, and you could kind of spin it as like as coming to you for unique pieces that they can't get anywhere else.
Right, and especially if it's custom, you could work that into it, custom pieces.
Yay, Sarah, I'm glad. That one, I was looking at my list. I was like, okay, I could do that one. I could do that one, but that one.
And that was great. And so this gives you like that off the top of your head, how can you make these work? So awesome, Sarah. She does do a lot of customized pieces. So turn that into like, what's the one, something like a statement piece, like an empowered woman needs a statement piece of jewelry, blah, 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 something like that. I mean, there's so many ways to spin these. So
that like there's one small thing that every confident woman has up her sleeve or in the back of her back pocket. It's a custom piece from my shop.
Exactly. So, yeah. All right. So do we feel good about that one? You've got the idea of how these work. And that's some of the prompts that we give sometimes are we give 3 straight up fill in the blank, but then we also give prompts throughout the month as well. It's not one every day. It's probably one every 2 or 3 days. But again, these are awesome, and people don't love them, but you should. So we want you to love them.
Well, I think it's more like they want it done for them, and we do a lot of it for them. But these little pieces, these little snippets of your life are really it's really where the rubber meets the road. We've done the hard work by giving you that awesome, beautiful, inspirational post and making you look like you are just so on top of the date and the time by knowing all these awesome national days and how to capitalize on them. But then these posts, the post prompts, are really what's going to build that know, like, and trust and separate Sarah's business from Kimberly's business.
Right. So, and especially for our direct marketers that are selling the same product, this will definitely make you stand out above your competition. And I know we're getting close on time, so I want to quickly run through these.
Oh, yeah.
We'll give you, so we're going to go over today. We're prefacing, we're going over. If you have to leave, sorry, because there's not a replay at this time for these. We are recording them. They'll be made available later, is all I want to say. So anyway, all right, so we're in a hurry. Share a work-life balance tip, all right? Help your followers get to know you by sharing a tip you've learned for balancing work, life, and family. If you are an entrepreneur, this is an issue. Whether you have kids or whatever, it is an issue. So I was running to make it here on time. So anyway, our example, it's not always easy to make time for dinner with the family, but I know it's important. And that's why I make a point to cook ahead, go out, order in on Sunday, and then post your image. Again, so if there's a way to tie in your product to the work-life balance, great. If there's not, do not stress it. Again, you are selling yourself as an entrepreneur, the CEO of your business. No matter what you do, people are looking to you. So think about how you can work in it. Again, if it's something like for us, or you want to do one, Jessica, really quick?
Yeah, I was just trying to think of mine, but for those of you who maybe you're new and you don't know, I had a beautiful baby girl back in March, and it is perfect. She is exactly what I never knew I always needed. But as an entrepreneur, it is hard. So my post like this work-life balance tip would probably highlight the fact that I do 90% of my workday during nap times and then after bedtime. And I might share that with, a picture of me working late in the evening with a cup of tea or a glass of wine, if I'm feeling that, and really connect. I have that mompreneur theme in my back pocket now. I didn't always have it, obviously, but that will help connect because a lot of network marketers are also moms. They're trying to create that stay-at-home income. So, if you are a mom and you can kind of come at it from that angle, that's a great way to do it as well. Before that, you can also, you can do whatever it is that makes you unique, whatever you struggle with on a day-to-day basis. You can always find a way to spin it and to highlight it and use that to create a connection with those who are watching what you're doing.
Right. In my bio yesterday, I inserted a little, I'm a recovering night owl. So, and I have always, and so how that's kind of cute. And for any other night owls out there, that will attract them. And what I mean by that is, and that might be my work balance tip is I used to stay up till 2 a.m. and I got up at 6:30 a.m. And that's all. I mean, that's all. I don't need a lot of sleep. Literally, my body does not. Jessica disagrees, but I am working.
You are not special. Your body is not special.
But I am working.
This is Training Tuesday.
Yeah. Trying to be a morning person, but that is hard for us ingrained night owls. So my tip would be to, you know, go to bed early, whatever. So you get the idea. But anyway, the reason I said that is anything that makes you kind of memorable to people as well. Like, what's your struggle with the work-life balance? Where are you struggling? Because other people are as well. So, and it doesn't even have to be you as an entrepreneur. It can be you talking to your people. So if they're in the skincare, you know, my struggle is I don't take my makeup off every night. I mean, I do now, but I didn't for years and years and years. So what can I do about it? So if I'm in skincare, that's what I'm talking about. All right, moving on. So
yeah, you don't need skincare. You're only like 27 anyway. So
yeah, I have so you have a mini me. I have going to be 22-year-old in a few days. So anyway,
distracting us. We're going way over this one.
Yeah, we're working on it though. All right. Share another small piece of your story. All right. Oh, that's a good one, Savvy. She said, stay out of the fridge while working from home is my struggle. Ha ha ha. So snacking.
Hey, that would probably be the most relatable post anyone has seen in a really long time. I'd say make it savvy.
All right, so the prompt is share with your audience a kicker video about what you were up to in your business. Okay, well, so I purposely picked like just a stripped down, you know, like, okay, well, what do I do? Well, what could we do? Or I'm going to read the example first. So far, February has been great because, good thing, but I've also struggled with, small struggle, good thing how you're bringing it all together with a candid photo representing you and your business. All right, Jessica or me?
Oh Lord. Right. So far, February has been fantastic because we have been able to add over 200 people to our group. Wait, it's not February yet. So,
right. Well, we're going to pretend this is January. This is out of February.
So January has been great because we've gotten to add over 200 people to our group, and the 5X challenge is also off to a great start. But I have also really struggled with finding time to work my business. Good thing I have your social plan to help me bring all of my social media content and get it posted and get it scheduled in 1 hour a month.
There you go. Yep. So these are really easy for fitness, obviously. So if you're struggling, whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry. You work with I could have done a
fitness. Don't do fitness because fitness is easy. I was trying to think of one other quick.
Oh, how about the floral design? I forget who exactly does the floral design, but I think it was for weddings too. And February is National Wedding Month. So far, February has been great because I've landed 4 new clients for doing their floral design this spring. But I've also really struggled with spending enough time with my new husband. Good thing we're going on a mini vacay next week so that we can reconnect. Snap a pic.
Exactly.
Because I think, didn't you also just get married? Someone who did wedding floral design yesterday also just got married. So that was amazing. I was really excited for you. Yay. Okay, it is the same person. Hey, Allison. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a lot of new people on today.
Exactly. Ooh. All right, see this can be easy. That's what we want to show you. And they can be reused over and over for lots of topics. So
and it just takes that blinking cursor of doom. When I stopped having to start with an empty Word document, things got so much easier.
For sure.
And that's what we're trying to do for you guys.
For sure. All right. Share about your business. Is that what we just did? No. All right, share about your business. People love to get to know who they are doing business with or who they are thinking about doing business with. Share a candid post or video about who you are, what you do, and why you love it. Okay, this one would be pretty easy. So basically, you are sharing your why, really, because you're trying to connect with the people that would be purchasing from you or doing business with you. So you just want that video or post to show your passion for your business. Again, I'm not going to say it, but I want to say it. People do business with people. So that's why these are so important.
Exactly. If you'll scroll on down, we can, we put 2 examples in here for you, and I know we're going over, so we don't have to spend a lot of time on this, but we chose an example from one of our really awesome clients and friends. You see her probably in the group a lot, and a lot of you Belame people are probably in this group in our group because of her. But she really does this connection posting thing really, really well. So we wanted to highlight one of her posts really well. Yeah.
Sandy with Felony. And so in this basically, she started out like the rest of us, where she just had to jump in there and get going with it. And she's been doing it for a long time. So, but this post, when you run to pick up lunch and you see sun on your face and makeup looks barely there and the glow of your skin coming through, you realize you made the right decision to take care of your skin instead of just covering it. I'm glad to know that skin in my 40s will look better than skin even in my 20s. What are you using for your skin regimen? Okay. So this would be like a hybrid me post. Why sort of got the why in there, but in a promo, because she's going to ask a question, and then in the comments, she's going to end up making a conversation with you about what she does. So the good parts of this, the hook, it starts with text that pulls you in. So because you want to read it, like when you run to pick up lunch and you see, it's a good hook.
Yeah, and if I can also just add, the only reason that I would read this text is because it's not a stock photo of a before and after. So she really did a good job of kind of subtly throwing in her business into this post, which is why we're highlighting it here.
Right. And she's always been like me, didn't love to take off makeup and not skincare routine. And anyway, so this is kind of, she was with Unique for years and years and years. So she should have been just like us, like whatever your thing is. So she's embracing being able to show these types of posts. And nice personal picture for sure that drew in, it's very inviting. So it draws you in.
Yeah, nice color, well filtered. So I wanted to add this one. And yes, this is a post from Brendan Brouchard. He's one of the most influential people on the internet right now. And he's obviously doing it right. He's obviously got a team that does it right. So this is really the pinnacle. I just want to show you some of the best posts that you can see and you can do. Obviously, this is just something that you could, for your knowledge. It's not meant to don't be disheartened or whatever, but he did this post yesterday and it just really hit home well. And he did it obviously like a professional would, because he's very professional. But that hook at the top, the way that he's asking for engagement there without kind of crowding in on the algorithm, that's really what you want to strive for.
Right. So he's really leading with the call to action. I mean, it makes you jump right in there. And he's using the emojis and he's got some caps. So it's, he's really pulling your eye in.
Exactly. And that hook is what is going to get this post seen. And then he provides you a little bit of value. You feel really good about what he's saying. And then his call to action is what's going to benefit his business, where he's growing this group to help people level up and, live, love, matter, I think is what he builds his business around. But it's the way that hook is making sure that this post is getting seen, that call to action is doing what he wants to do with the post, and that is get visibility for his new group. And then this image, obviously I didn't have enough room here to put all of that image on there, but it just reinforced what the call to action said. It had some good actionable tips. And I wanted to point out the yellow. Julie is such a big proponent for the pattern interrupt. And anytime you can incorporate like a yellow element, that's a pro move because it's going to stop the scroll. And there's not a lot of yellow natively on your feed. So that is definitely a tactic that he used here.
And it was just it was a checklist picture is what that is. There were like 5 checks on there, but again, the check boxes, it created pattern interrupt for sure.
Yeah. So. And obviously he's got almost 6 million people who follow him. So this kind of engagement is to be expected from the world leader in business inspiration and things like that. So
exactly. So to recap, today's Take Action Tuesday is trying to push you out of your comfort zone and take action into writing at least 1 caption. You should do it today. Choose one of these. We would love for you to come and post it wherever you want to post it, on your page, in your group, in another group, because there are groups that you can post and like attract your ideal client. So somewhere, and then come share your URL in the group. And you want to put it, where do you want to put it, Jessica? You want to make a post really quick, or you want to just put it on today's live training post?
Yeah, you can just put it on today's live training, the Take Action Tuesday, if you want. We're already asking them to make a post for the challenge. So you can also practice your caption writing today, and you might get a chance to use your caption writing skills in the next 3 days of our 5X challenge.
Exactly. So this was perfectly planned Take Action Tuesday.
So that's all I have. Did you guys find it valuable? What do you think? Do you feel more comfortable?
Yeah. Do you think it's doable? Do you feel more comfortable? How about that?
Do we want to stop recording? Or?
Yeah, we will. All right. So thanks again for joining us. Check back every Tuesday for Take Action Tuesday. Thanks.
Yeah.